All right, welcome back to Fleccas Talks, the podcast, episode 295. Today on the show, the government is shut down because Democrats want to give health care to illegals. We're going to go over the details there. Then, ICE caught this Antifa type, and he's not so tough anymore. Then, maybe a girl is running for office in California, and Cringe of the Week, we'll tell you about him. And last but not least, in Urban Decay, we have the Loop Puncher and other famous repeat offenders to tell you about. All this and more, it's Fleccas Talks, the podcast, episode 295, ranked the best news podcast of all time!
Because words are just words until action actually starts. And actions speak louder than words, but at the same time, words speak louder than actions because sometimes it's the right thing to do. Very cool. Very cool.
Fleccas Talks, the podcast, featuring Richard Bradboy.
All right, 1 for 1 on the intro, as always. Guys, the swamp and Big Pharma know a healthy population is harder to control. That's why the FDA is trying to hand NMN, nicotinamide mononucleotide, to Big Pharma and take it from you. NMN powers 37 trillion cells in your body, helps lower weight, cholesterol, and blood pressure, and even can slow or reverse aging. I swear by it, but don't take my word for it. Here's Professor David Sinclair from the Center for the Biology of Aging at Harvard Medical School talking about it on Joe Rogan.
What is NMN? Good question. So about 20 years ago, Lenny Guarente and a team of us at MIT discovered a set of genes that controls aging in yeast cells, just brewer's yeast, what you find in beer and bread. And those genes are called sirtuins, and there are 7 of them in our bodies, 5 in yeast. And what they do is they protect all organisms on the planet, plants, bacteria, humans, from deterioration and disease. They're like the Pentagon. They sense when we're hungry, sense when we're exercising, and they send out the troops to defend us. So when you put more of these genes into a yeast cell or a mouse, they'll live longer, between 5 to 20% longer. And so we think that these genes are responsible for the effects of dieting and exercise, which is great. What that means is we can now mimic that with molecules. So NMN is one of those molecules, so is resveratrol.
NMN works so well, the FDA wants it off of supplement shelves. On September 30th, they'll decide whether to reclassify it as a drug, handing control to Big Pharma. This is the last week you could still get NMN as a supplement before it could be banned forever. This change isn't about safety or efficacy, it's about cornering the market and taking the supplement away from you. I've been taking NMN for a while and I could definitely vouch for the benefits. My cardio is improved, my lifting has improved, I'm thinking clearer, and I have more energy to create these videos for all of you guys. Why? Because NMN is one of the main precursors of NAD, which Professor Sinclair also explains in this video.
Get this, so sirtuins need NAD to work. Without them, they don't work. In fact, if you don't have NAD in your body, you'd be dead in about 30 seconds. It's a really important molecule. But as we get older, we lose NAD. So by the time you're 50, like I am, almost now, you have about half the levels of what you had when you were 20. So that's not good. And these sirtuins, they don't protect the body without high levels of...
In other words, as you get older, in order to stay strong, healthy, and mentally sharp, you need to keep your NAD levels up. Sure, there are a lot of NAD products out there, but ask yourself this. Why is NMN the only one the FDA is trying to turn into a drug? Why are they spending millions of dollars to do it? Because it's the best. It works better than the rest, and that's exactly why Big Pharma wants to control it. And here's the bottom line. This is the final week to stock up. Once September 30th passes, the FDA could take NMN away for good. That's why I pushed Black Forest to get us the deal right now so my audience has a chance to stock up before it's gone forever. They agreed to do an amazing buy one, get one free for the next 48 hours only. This stuff isn't cheap, so it's the perfect time to stock up. Don't wait until the FDA shuts this down. Link is pinned in the comments and in the description. If you don't decide now, the FDA will decide for you, and once it's gone forever. Thank you to Black Forest Supplements for sponsoring. Let's get into housekeeping. All right, thank you to Black Forest for sponsoring.
Thank you, Black Forest.
Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Episode 295.
That's a number.
That's a random number. That's not significant. 295.
Nobody weighs that.
Of course not. How could you even weigh that?
That would be bad. I think Jelly Roll weighs less than that now.
Yeah. And if you're 295, you probably would have to wear like hoodies all the time to hide it.
Cutoffs, yeah, some weird stuff. You'd almost want to blend in with
layers,
the background.
Layers. You want to blend in with the background, you sick bitch.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough.
Hey, no one trying to help you. We talk about, this isn't rock bottom because I know what rock bottom was. But I mean,
let's just all be honest for a second. like jokes aside, camera off.
Yeah, okay.
No one here weighs 295.
Yeah.
That's true.
No one here weighs 295
And that's
right
it.
now.
And that's it. Right
That's
now.
true. That's
We've
true.
weighed 295 before. It's not even a big
We?
deal. People.
Okay. Leave me out of this. You're the one who brought this up. I don't know why you bring up your own.
All right. It
could've
could
blamed it
have
on
been
Mr.
any of
X.
us. It could have been any of us.
All
Let's
right.
get right into the show.
Okay.
We have a great show. It's Friday, guys. Feels good. We have a great script. Lots of stuff. Not as dense as last episode.
Hopefully.
Thankfully.
And I am more relaxed. I'm more conversational. You know, I edit the reels the next morning. I always watch the episode right before it's released. And I got cracked out last episode. Did you notice?
Too many sips of the coffee.
Too much. I was drinking coffee an hour before. I was cracked out. I misspoke like several times. And I'm watching the tape like I'm a Jersey Mike's employee learning how to fold the sandwich. And I was humiliated out there. So I'm more
Yeah.
relaxed today.
Really-
no more errors. No more mistakes.
Really embarrassing performance from you. And we won't let that happen again. That was your worst one ever, so it's all good.
There was a moment I was trying to say it was January in DC, and I said the words, it was July in December. 0 for 2. Swing and a miss.
And people listen like, what
I
the
know.
fuck is this idiot?
I know. So I'll do better today.
Well, that's why it's called Fleccas Talks and not Rap Boy Rambles or whatever.
Yep. All right, Mr. 295, let's get into it.
Hey, all right. Our first stat, we have a lot to get to, and we're going to start going.
Okay.
Our first stat, Democrat approval rating. Can you read that, please?
Yeah, this is just a Marist poll that says approve 26%, down 38, and disapprove 64%. Well, it's minus 38.
Not good.
Yeah. What do you think is driving that?
Well, no one's happy with what anyone's doing, and then they see Trump doing what he wants, and they just like get frustrated.
Also, a big part of that is the only Democrats who make headlines are the progressives. And a Zohran Mamdani type to someone in middle America is like kryptonite, you know?
Yeah.
So there's something to it. But then I also think we can't get cocky. We have 2 governor races in Virginia and New Jersey coming up that are like neck and neck. We could kind of lose both of them.
Yeah.
Virginia's an important one where we have a Republican right now. So I don't know, man. I read stuff like this. Feels good for the first page of housekeeping. But we need a reality check, too.
Yeah.
We got to win some races.
And it just shows that there are
Is Scott
some...
Pressler out there doing anything?
I think he's...
Is he grinding?
He's got to be grinding.
Someone, please.
He's grinding. He always is grinding. But with the stuff like this, there's maybe some normal Democrats who took the poll and go, yeah, this shit's getting crazy.
Okay.
Maybe. All right. We all saw the last few days the Pete Hegseth clips going around. He has some new military rules, which are very good. Not being fat is one of them. And then we have a clip here about no more DEI.
No more identity months, DEI offices, dudes in dresses. No more climate change worship. No more division, distraction, or gender delusions. No more debris. As I've said before, and will say again, we are done with that shit.
That's what I like.
Yeah, so as you remember, we were telling you about that meeting where he summoned all the generals and admirals and high-ranking officials, and it was basically this. No more DEI, no more gay shit, climate stuff. Let's just focus on being the best warfighters we possibly can, right?
Yeah. And then some people in the news are trying to make fun of Pete Hegseth, like calling him a drunk.
Yeah.
You ever hung out with military people?
They black out sometimes.
That's what they do.
They saw some demons. Yeah, they had some demons in them. They black out sometimes,
Yeah,
guys.
of course they're drunk. That's half of it.
And you know what? Like, it's American history to give our own troops beer sometimes.
Yeah.
Right? Didn't we ship in crates of Budweiser to Vietnam and stuff?
Something like that.
People drink, guys. Let's relax.
Yeah, that's a lot of it. All right, and then we have some updated recruitment numbers.
Yeah, fiscal year in 2025, Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force all hit over 100% recruitment numbers. So obviously something switched in with the history of the military, which had been bad recruitment under the Biden years. And now all of a sudden a flip has switched and we're hitting all our numbers. So
That's what I like to see as well. But people are not happy. We have a Tammy Duckworth tweet here. Can you read what she said?
If this deeply degrading, wasteful, and dangerous stunt proved anything, it's that the best Hegseth can do to strengthen our military is resign in disgrace immediately.
Yeah, we got to listen to someone named Tammy.
We don't just listen to resignation orders anymore. It's so funny. That kind of shows you where they're at in the powerlessness. Resign, good sir.
Please.
That's the end. Like, that's okay. You're at the end. We're not even listening to
And
you.
you see it on Twitter and you just go,
Swipe up.
Next tweet.
You laugh at it.
And keep in mind, what he's doing is not like some crazy radical thing. He's just maintaining the standards that were in place instead of making excuses for why they need to be lowered.
And it's like the rule that we say where show your kids cartoons from 1990 and you'll be safe. You know,
Yeah.
It'll be no gay shit, no whatever. Same thing with the military. Take all the military standards back to 1991, right before Desert Storm.
Oh, but we're not going to be a lot of fat women and non-binary folks in the military anymore.
What about the fat black women?
There's a lot of fat Latinos that really like the military job.
Yeah. They like getting their college paid for after serving on a base with no combat experience at all, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then people were talking about the tweet where he said, if women can make it, great. Like the new standards, if women can make it, great. If not, sorry, that's how it goes.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. And then Hunter Ash had a great reply to that.
Yeah, he said, here's the thing. When only Pete Hegseth is willing to enforce obviously correct standards like this, you get Pete Hegseth. I don't care that the guy he replaced was smarter or better read or less drunk. That guy didn't do these obvious things. So he was functionally stupider.
Yeah, General Milley went to Princeton.
Yeah, a lot of them. I'm an academic. Ash Carter, who served under the Obama administration. I'm a professor. But functional stupidity or functional intelligence is, I think, the key takeaway of that tweet that I really liked. Because you look at the end result of something and you're like, good, better, worse. And it's over. Yeah, no fatties, no DEI. We're not distracting our troops. We're focused on one thing and move forward with the best candidates you possibly can. Have standards and enforce them. It's literally easy.
Yeah. And then the old way was like, oh, good, better, or worse. It's like, well, it's worse, but we have more diversity. And then we have more women than ever. And then, oh, but actually.
And how does that help us?
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
Exactly. And we have a list of some, now that there's the new standards, the new old standards in the military, we have a list of some people that need to go.
Yeah.
Hey, so I just went in the military building. These bitches just told me to go in this.
He needs to go. He needs to go. She needs to go.
Little mini drill sergeant.
Needs to go.
Fat gut blowing out.
Fat gut as well.
Fupa. That's not a gut. That's a fupa. That's a different level. Lloyd Austin.
Needs to go. The pup twinks. The trans.
Every trans. Several trans. This guy who got all the liposuction.
He's out. He should be out.
So, inclusion is a national security imperative.
And needs to go as well.
Inclusion. So, I want to reflect because we talk about Hegseth and like getting blackpilled on not getting the deportation numbers or whatever. Your vote matters. We were in a bad dream during the Biden admin for the military. We had a dude in a dress talking about how inclusion is for national security.
Yeah.
We had twinks filming themselves on TikToks, constant demoralization. And Pete Hegseth just turned that off. So even if you're not getting everything you want, there's a nice piece of pie that's moving in your direction, right?
That's a good point.
And,
can't be blackpilled.
And another thing from this whole military section that I've seen a lot of people clamoring for online, which I also agree with, is we need to ban service members from doing TikToks or trying to gain social media fame in uniform. It's unbecoming. It's not really what the job is there for. People kind of say, like, come with me on a day at the base. Here's what I eat, the meal plan. Then we hit calisthenics.
Here's the codes for the missile launch.
and here's a quick blueprint of the nuclear submarine. Hope no one's watching, China.
That's a good point.
So, I mean, major improvements. Hegseth just told everybody, don't be fat, gay, climate changey. And we got a little more to go, but this is a nice step forward, right?
This is a nice step forward.
Yeah.
And while this is going on, everyone is calling Trump fascist. That's like the real, that's the word of the month, I guess. Everyone's saying fascist.
I think that's the word of the decade almost at this point.
Yeah.
It's kind of becoming. Nazi and fascist.
It really
They're
is.
neck and neck.
It really is gaining ground. And then Joy Reid did an interview where she's explaining why Trump is fascist, and this is what she said.
Is that if you go back before the 20th century, there were no income taxes, there were no regulations on business. You could earn as much money as you want, leave 100% of it to your children with no taxes. Right. That's the world they want back. And to get it back, they need society to change. They need people to be less modern. They need people to want fewer things.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
You're describing freedom.
I know.
Less taxes, less regulation, and you give your money and land down to your family
100%.
with no taxes. What are you talking about?
Yeah, the only thing you could argue for is some business regulation, because otherwise people would dump toxic waste into a lake or something. So that's the only one where I'm like, okay, we made some strides. But the individual tax rate, and especially with how it's being spent and mismanaged, but not wanting to keep your own money is fascism.
Yeah. Not give it out to everyone else and all the illegals. Keeping your own money and not giving it to illegals is fascism.
We've come so far.
And then Gavin Newsom's press office said, ding dong, it's the White House. If you want us to call you fascist, then stop being fascist.
Yeah, it says ding dongs in the White House. Whatever,
Close enough.
Yeah.
And then you look at who wrote the tweet. That's who wrote the tweet.
Yeah, him and some Mexican woman write the tweets together. And they probably talk about them beforehand, they optimize it.
And they go, we're going to get them with this one. Yeah. It's like, you look like someone that ICE is going to chest pass.
Yeah, you look like someone who sees Hamilton like once a quarter.
Yeah. All right, let's get to our next story, the government shutdown. Obviously, you guys have been hearing about that. It's because the Democrats want to give health care to illegals and the Republicans don't. Chuck Schumer was asked about it on CNN, and look how he responded.
Every Republican who's gone on TV the last 12 hours or so has called this the Schumer shutdown. What do you say about that name? Senator Schumer, can you hear me?
I can't hear.
Senator Schumer, can you hear me?
I actually respect that.
That is a power move, but Schumer looks like shit. He's an old dusty bag of bones at this point.
Yeah, that's like a Costanza move.
Yeah, totally. And then the giveaway is when he says, can you hear me? He goes, I can't hear. Yeah. Immediately after, basically replying to it.
If you're going to try to pull this off, you have to talk over the guy.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
I'm not getting anything
Hello?
at the same time.
Yeah. I used to do that at my finance job in New York a long time ago. There would be times where I'd have to do like bond math fast on the phone, and I'd go, my computer just crashed. Can I call you back in 5 minutes?
And then you write it out with a pencil, gripping it like this.
Yeah, and I would have to have someone help me. Mm-hmm. But it is what the issue was. That everyone in the Democrats are trying to pretend it's not what it is. Mm-hmm. Someone even said healthcare. Can you read that tweet?
Yeah,
healthcare for illegals?
From Sheldon Whitehouse. He said healthcare for illegal aliens, in quotes, is the new immigrants are eating cats and dogs in Springfield. The Republican playbook is simple. Make up a baseless lie, repeat it every chance you get, hope and pray that everyone blames Democrats for the crises you created.
Well, they were eating cats in Springfield, and they are giving health care to illegals. We have it from the New York State website right here.
Yeah, it says new health insurance option for undocumented immigrants over 65, starting in January 2024. There's a new option for health insurance for undocumented immigrants. So there it is from that state. We know California does it too. We're not going to go state by state. We know we've seen Massachusetts do it too.
Yep. So we debunked the debunk. Mm-hmm. And then if you don't remember, a few years ago during the Democrat debate, everyone raised their hand for health care for illegals.
Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants. Okay.
Every single person.
Every single person put their hands up.
So it's crazy. They really like to deny it and pretend that that's not what they're up to. But they obviously are. And I don't care about the government shutdown. Let them negotiate. Let them fight. I really have nothing. I know some people are dependent on the government not shutting down, so I'm not totally insensitive to that fact. But me personally, couple days of no spending, 1.5 million federal workers on furlough. Oops.
Yeah, pool guy still came.
Yeah, I personally don't care. No EBT, no nothing. So.
I don't care about the government shutdown. I don't even know what that would look like.
And I think DHS said ICE is still operating. So we're in business.
We're definitely in business. And then the big takeaway from this government shutdown is how far from America First the Democrats have come in a matter of like 25 years.
Yeah.
We actually have an ad here for Bill Clinton and Al Gore running for president. And listen to the Democrat message back then.
A new generation of Democrats, Bill Clinton and Al Gore, and they don't think the way the old Democratic Party did. They've called for an end to welfare as we know it, so welfare can be a second chance, not a way of life. They've sent a strong signal to criminals by supporting the death penalty, and they've rejected the old tax and spend politics. Clinton's balanced 12 budgets, and they've proposed a new plan investing in people, detailing $140 billion in spending cuts they'd make right now. Clinton Gore, for people, for a change.
That sounds lit.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to vote for Bill.
And then if you talk to Bill, like, Bill, what happened? He might just go, well,
I had to change.
Hillary sucked my blood out. She took my energy.
She took my life source. Hillary took my life source. I'm begging you. I've been trying to tell people. Yeah,
That's kind of maybe what happened.
The Democrats of yesteryear, you're so right. And it's just crazy how far we've come to like pandering to illegals. They don't even vote. Or do
That's
they?
the point.
Or do they?
That's the point, is you can't get a message that people want to get behind, so you just get people, and then you tell them the message, like, hey, you want healthcare, you want EBT, vote for us, and then you bring in millions and you win, because every election comes down to what, 1 million votes max?
Yeah, and what was that? That was the Democratic primary to get into the race in 2020, right? So that we showed the clip. So that was 2020. So that was everyone raising their hands for healthcare for illegals before Joe Biden let in 15 to 20 million illegals. So think about that.
Crazy, bro. Yeah. All right, let's get to our next segment, the ADL update. We called them out last episode for all of the inaccurate labeling. Everything is white supremacy. Everything is a dog whistle and symbolic of white supremacy.
White lives matter. It's okay to be white.
Going like this. All that. And then the ADL came out with a response. Can you read what they said, that first paragraph?
Yeah, they said with over 1,000 entries written over many years, the ADL Glossary of Extremism has served as a source of high-level information on a wide range of topics for years. At the same time, an increasing number of entries in the glossary were outdated. We also saw a number of entries intentionally misrepresented and misused. Moreover, our experts have continued to develop more comprehensive resources and innovative ways to provide information about anti-Semitism, extremism, and hate.
They eventually say that's why we're moving there to retire the glossary effectively immediately. So instead of correcting and saying we were wrong and this isn't actually accurate,
or being conservative with it, you know?
Yeah, they're just saying, oh, all those anti-white, anti-Christian lies, we're just going to put them behind the paywall, basically.
Dump it. Dump it.
They're just keeping it private. Yeah. Like, it still exists, it's just not public on the glossary side anymore.
We're getting made fun of too much online. Let's keep it a secret.
So we're going to hide the information.
And that same thing, like that, the ADL will go to different organizations like they did in the past with the FBI or like Fortune 500 companies and say, this is what you need to look out for, using all those same pieces of information, but it's just not available to people who want to make fun of them on Twitter.
Yeah, so we can't scrutinize anymore. We have some good news from the FBI as well. They're no longer using the ADL.
Yeah, Kash Patel cuts ties with Comey's FBI made with ADL as organization faces backlash for TPUSA criticism. That era is finished. This FBI formally rejects Comey's policies and any partnership with the ADL, Patel said.
And he said James Comey wrote love letters to the ADL.
Yeah, and embedded FBI agents with them, a group that ran disgraceful ops spying on Americans. That era is over.
Hope you're not spying on me.
It could be. I could be a plant.
No, I know you for too long.
Yeah, long game.
But then you got me.
Yeah.
And you report back like he says the N-word. He seems to be pretty anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
Lots of Uber
You
Eats.
should see what he eats. This guy's a fucking pig.
That's not funny.
All
right. Next could be SPLC too. We should, ADL is now getting the strings cut from the FBI. SPLC is doing the same thing the ADL was doing.
Yeah.
Got to keep an eye on that.
Absolutely.
All right. We have a TikTok censorship update since it's been Zionist owned ever since Oracle bought it. There's some things you can't.
Did that transaction even happen yet, though?
I think so.
Okay. It fully changed hands already?
Based on the censorship, I would say so.
Okay.
You can't put a juice box in the comments anymore. Juice box, because Jews, juice, it's a way of doing it.
Juice means Jews.
And I'm not going to promote any ways of using emojis to talk about Jews, but if you need a new symbol that won't get blocked yet, this one is still available.
Okay.
But they might crack down on that too.
Of course.
Then you can't say evil Muslim. You can say evil Muslims. You can say evil Christians, but you can't say evil Jews.
Yeah.
Then there's a tweet here or a post here that was taken down. Democrats and Republicans are controlled by Israel through AIPAC. Do some research. Comment removed. USS Liberty boat not allowed.
It actually takes you to facts about the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. Think about the Holocaust.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Remember the Holocaust. And then on top of all of that, there's also been a big push in the media for Elon to follow suit and do censorship, anti-Semitism censorship. CNN article, Musk's X, can you read it?
Musk's X is go-to platform for anti-Semitism, study finds. Exposed anti-Semitism on X. X is among the most effective tools for spreading anti-Semitism in history, research finds. Study on anti-Semitism thriving in plain sight on X. And some of these publications are CNN, the Jewish Council for Public Affairs, the Jerusalem Post, and Jewish Insider.
So it's all systems go. And then I forgot to mention, at TikTok, the new content moderator is a former IDF soldier.
Classic. So. And this is after Bibi Netanyahu met with those influencers and said that they're pushing on TikTok and and Elon Musk is a friend, they're going after him next. So
yeah, he's a friend.
We'll
be going after him and trying to destroy his life.
We'll be making him bend to our will soon.
Our friend. And then, like you said, part of that push from Netanyahu is Israel paying influencers $7,000 per post.
Yeah. Netanyahu referred this week to a community pushing out preferred messaging in U.S. media. And boy, are they making a princely sum.
And that's the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
$7,000 a post isn't even a lot of money for some of the big accounts. Tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, and Israel also, Brad Parscale registered under FARA as a foreign agent because he was taking some Israel money
for second round pick.
Yeah.
Brad Parscale.
Israel selects Brad Parscale. $6 million contract.
Oh, that's good. We have a picture here.
So expect to see more. Expect to see more stuff, right?
Yeah, and then whenever you see someone post something that's a little weird, Israel's probably behind it. That's what I do.
You know, Israel actually made an elderly black man drive really slow in front of me on the way here today.
That makes sense, and you probably couldn't go how you wanted to.
I couldn't pass him. He was taking the turn so slow. Elderly black man. They knew we had this folder on the podcast.
And Netanyahu PayPal's him $7,000.
Yeah, the Netanyahu live link linked up with him.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Here's a list of some of the influencers that were signed. No one really significant.
This isn't who was signed, right? This is just a list of the pro-Israel influencers. This is basically the list of who met with Netanyahu for the most part, right?
I think that is the real list based on disclosure documents.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyone you want to name?
Savannah
Craven, the girl who got punched, and then they lost the paperwork, the DA that we covered. Wow. She got punched on the street.
Cam Higbee, will be roasting him in Urban Decay a little bit. The gay black guy from PragerU.
Yeah. He's big. He's one of their hitters. Yeah. This guy, Fabian Garcia, I don't know much about him, but I saw one of his handles was the Latino Zionist. It's his whole identity.
It's a real good way to blow up whatever brand you've built up until this point.
Yeah. And you get a little money maybe, hopefully, but if
you work hard, you make videos, you make content, you do man on the street, you do all this stuff. And then you need money and it doesn't really come in. And then you do this and you completely just blow your credibility. Do you think the future of the MAGA movement is all this Israel boomer Zionist shit?
Certainly not. It's bad read.
You're getting on a sinking boat and you're saying, can I put a drink in? Can I get a drink with drink order?
Titanic's, get to the lifeboats. Hey, a pina colada, please.
Yeah, you're going to the bar. Yeah. The thing's going down.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we are at Anna Kasparian doing a debate on MSNBC or something about the war in Israel against Hamas.
It's been 2 years. Like, how are they going to root out Hamas? Like, what they are literally multiplying extremists right now. When you kill people's entire family members, that leads to more extremism.
I know you're anti-Israel. I get it.
Okay, you know what? I'm anti-mass slaughter, and that's mass slaughter has been going on for 2 years straight in Gaza and the West Bank.
They were watching.
How many countries has Israel bombed over the last 2 years? Because it's not just Gaza.
Come on.
It's not just Gaza. 65,000 people slaughtered in Palestine and Gaza, and that doesn't matter? That doesn't matter at all. What happened on October 7th was an atrocity, and I've spoken out against it. What I find so interesting is that there's no concern at all for the lives of the Palestinians who have been lost in Gaza at all.
It's very true.
Yeah.
It's like, you killed the Jewish people on October 7th. Now they are allowed to kill 100x the amount of civilians back.
Yeah, more than 100x probably, right? And, we generally don't like to, we always call it the 1,000-year-old blood feud 6,000 miles away. So we don't care that much. Well, I don't at least, but you know who's right and who's kind of trying to obfuscate the truth and get away with something, right?
And October 7th is the new Holocaust.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, October 7th, they killed us, so we have to kill all of them and level every single building and take all the land.
That's carte blanche for the next 10 years.
October 7th, we got to go to war with Iran. October 7th.
Yeah.
And then my theory, in my opinion, they knew October 7th was going to happen. They let it happen.
Yeah.
Just so they can do this.
Yeah.
They can do the land grab. That's how the uppers operate in that level. Netanyahu, think they didn't know about it? Where was everybody? Was there a stand down order? We can go down the whole conversation. We've already covered it, but October 7th, we're allowed to kill all the Palestinians now.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it goes. We have an update from Trump's negotiations with Netanyahu. Can you read that, please?
Yeah, this was according to Axios. President Trump made a stern and clear call to Netanyahu after a rumor spread that Netanyahu was planning to reject his peace proposal. Trump allegedly told Bibi, "Take it or leave it, and leave it means we walk away from you." On Netanyahu, according to the source, Donald Trump has had enough for many reasons. Trump spoke 5 times on the phone with Netanyahu over the weekend, telling Netanyahu he wanted a clear yes instead of a yes, but.
It seems like Netanyahu does yes, but unless they blah, blah, blah.
Well, mostly. Yeah, totally.
So that's good to know. That's the end of our little Israel Israel TikTok ADL update.
Yeah, and the TikTok stuff, I mean, that affects Americans. It's never been an American platform, but a lot of people are using it and a lot of Gen Z. And that's a really impactful way to cut off any talking. That one comment, like, the juice box, whatever. I mean, any censorship is bad. But that one comment like, hey, Republicans and Democrats are both controlled by AIPAC. Like, that's not even really a bad or, any sort of problem comment. That's just someone's opinion.
Someone's going through and going, no, no, not allowed.
So bad sign, and we'll see. We'll see what happens on X. We'll see if X can survive.
It has to survive. That's like the last frontier. And I used to have a TikTok with I think 50 or 60,000 followers. And then the Chinese nuked me.
Yeah.
And then
Israel's going to nuke you too.
Yeah. And people are saying, oh, you should make a new account now that it's newly owned. I'm going to let them have it.
I don't know.
I'm going to disavow. All right, let's get to our ICE updates. We have a lot of ICE updates. It's not necessarily our migrant section. It's more about ICE. But ICE did a sweep in Minneapolis, and listen to how many people committed immigration fraud.
Since September 19th, officers from our Fraud Detection and National Security Directorate, working in teams, have conducted over 1,000 site visits across the Minneapolis-St. Paul area as part of this operation. What they found should shock all of America. Focusing on a list of over 1,000 target cases involving more than 900 individuals, our officers encountered blatant marriage fraud, visa overstays, people claiming to work at businesses that can't be found, forged documents, abuse of the H-1B visa system, abuse of the F-1 visas, and many other discrepancies. Over the course of the operation, our officers found indication of fraud, non-compliance, or public safety and national security concerns in nearly a little less than 50% of the cases interviewed.
50%?
This is from September 19th, so this is very recent. 1,000, the data set is 1,000 people, pretty good sample size, and they're hitting 50% scammer rate. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's basically all Somali. That's basically all Somali. We know that.
With some Indian sprinkled in.
For sure.
But in that Minneapolis, St. Paul, that's Somali territory.
Yeah.
That's the Somali part of America.
Every type of fraud you can do, employment, fake marriages, H-1B, F-1. And then remember the one that we've talked about a bunch of times? I can't remember. I don't think it's called F-1, but the one where you pretend to be a victim of a crime.
Oh, yeah.
And then you get some sort of fast-tracked thing. Oh, you can stay. Someone beat you up outside of 7-Eleven. Mm-hmm. So every type, and just that rate, like a 1,000-person sample size, you can get the rate pretty clearly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to think that almost half of all the Somalis in Minneapolis are doing some sort of fraud, and then the ones who are here could be doing their own fraud on the autism centers or the hearing
that's
aids.
just the immigration fraud.
Yeah, that's the immigration part. Then they do separate fraud to make money. Right?
Apple gift card fraud.
Yeah.
And then
100%.
if you even went up to these people and don't you have any shame? Aren't you embarrassed? They'll just look at you with that third world stare no.
Big
What?
forehead.
No.
But so again, this is another good sign too, because this is the current administration reacting to a place that everyone on the online right is pointing out as a horrible spot. Minneapolis has become a shithole almost in the last 10 years, right?
Yeah.
So focus resources there, focus resources on Dearborn, focus resources on Springfield, Ohio, and like one by one, like whack-a-mole, we can actually get somewhere in this country. Like the administration is listening to people complaining.
Yeah, that is what I've noticed too.
Yeah.
Like the things we talk about on the show, like a week later, Kash Patel's doing it and fixing it, or Stephen Miller's like saying the same exact problem.
There's a responsiveness to the online world right now.
And there is a world where Stephen Miller watches the show.
Small world. Yeah.
Where it's like he's got to watch somebody.
He's bored at night. He's got to wind down.
And it's like, imagine you're in this world with Trump. Like, what do you consume content-wise? Whatever the voices that are like talking the way you talk about the stuff you talk about with the right takes. How many, you think Stephen Miller watches Ben Shapiro?
I don't know. I doubt it.
It's like, so he either watches nobody, and if he does watch somebody, it's maybe us. And if that's true, Stephen Miller, please DM me.
Steve, reach out. Stephen.
Please, we'll send you a shirt. There was an ICE detainment where this guy was grabbed in an elevator, and in the process, a journalist got shoved, and we'll show you what happens after. So if you're the illegal in the elevator,
the masked men start getting on.
Get out the fucking elevator!
So they shoved 2 journalists. So that's enough of that.
No, let's play it.
But here's,
he's writhing on the ground.
He's a tough guy.
Yeah.
He gets chest passed. And then there's a tweet. ICE officer pushed photojournalist to the ground today at immigration court. The photojournalist couldn't get up afterwards, and EMS was called. And he's got taken away in a stretcher. He got
with the neck brace and a stretcher.
The neck brace got pushed to the ground. And then remember that movie Civil War they made like last year?
Yeah.
They made like the journalists, these badass people that were like
they go right into the war zone.
Yeah, they're fighting for the truth. They're in the war zone. They're
anything
wearing
for
vests.
the shot.
And then you guys got pushed and you pretended to get hurt, and then you had to go call an ambulance.
Yeah. Reality and fiction, they're pretty far apart.
It's
you guys
so
are huge
pathetic.
pussies.
Huge pussies.
And the whole shoving thing was because a journalist tried to get in the elevator while ICE was escorting an illegal somewhere. Yeah. You're chest passed.
Yeah.
And even the woman took the hit better than that guy. There was a woman who got thrown into him,
and
she got right up.
She starts taking the picture right after.
Yeah.
She's trying to get photo of the year or whatever. Elian Gonzalez shit.
Yeah.
And then this other guy, this was at a protest. He got scooped up. He's an Antifa type. He's what we mentioned in the intro. He got scooped up by ICE, and listen to his energy now.
He poured paint on something.
Got soft real quick.
So he's muttering about being oppressed and twitching, and I thought you were a freedom fighter. I thought this was like your stand tall moment, smile in the mugshot type thing. Wait, you're just a shivering pussy instead?
He's like, I'm oppressed. I'm oppressed. He has the stupid
to
earrings.
himself. I mean, put him in a fucking insane asylum. That's what an insane person does. They hide in the corner and they go, lemonade, chocolate chip. You know, they just start repeating shit.
But this is who they are, though.
Yeah.
This is who Antifa is, and they're out in numbers. And we don't need to take seriously the ideas of like non-binary people like that.
Certainly not.
I'm oppressed. You're in federal custody, brother.
Yeah, you committed a crime.
You're about to be oppressed. And then there is another...
Jail's not good for that type of guy.
No.
Jail's really not good.
Really not good.
He'll be holding someone's pocket like the movies.
For the gay sex.
Yeah.
And then I think when that happens and like he gets made an example of and goes to jail, I think a lot of the weak pussy Antifa types will probably stop showing up.
Yeah.
And then you're left with like the actual extremists who are going to challenge ICE. And then it could get a little nasty.
It always could get a little nasty, but I like the Scooby-Doo moment where you go, take that mask off. Who did we just nab? And it's a shaking pussy.
I'm oppressed.
That's most of them, dude.
That's really most of them. And then the journalists are always going to push the narrative, like we mentioned, whether that means pretending to be hurt when ICE pushes you. In this case, someone got deported and grabbed by ICE, and then they're photographing the children.
Close enough. This kid's dad got a deportation order, or he was apprehended. I don't remember which. And look at
here come these stupid bitches.
4 photographers move in like Nightcrawler. Get an up close. Speaking Spanish.
And here comes ICE, like they need to go too. But they come in, it's sad, yeah, but this was going to happen when Dad broke the law.
You guys can all go back to Honduras together. You're not going to be separated. You guys can all go back. It's going to be fine. You all just speak Spanish anyway. It's not that difficult. But this is the photographer's honey hole. This is what they're born to do. This is the money shot.
And this is max propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
Like, remember the picture of the little girl at the border who's standing there on Time magazine? It's the same thing. It's a crying kid, and then that makes all the women upset, and then they vote Democrat.
You know who was crying? Me. When 20 million illegal migrants came over the last 4 years. I was crying on the inside. You can't take a photograph of it. But what does that mean? Nothing? Kids cry all the time.
Yeah,
I was genuinely sad.
Yeah, the kid's crying. I've seen a kid cry because
he dropped a balloon. The balloon flew away. You know?
That's a good point.
So I get it, but dad going away in handcuffs is a little worse, but you're going to be reunited with him.
Yep, and there's going to be a lot of crying kids, and that's okay. That's part of the process.
Yep.
Our last piece of our ICE section, ICE is expanding. Can you read that, please?
Yeah, it says USCIS, join it, become a Homeland Defender today. And Stephen Miller says, calling all patriots, USCIS is now hiring Homeland Defenders. Your job will be to interview applicants for green cards, work visas, and citizenship for approval or denial. Great pay, flexible hours, stay local, sign up to be a Homeland Defender today.
I could do that.
Some of you can. And there's a thing, if you're in a transition in your life or you're thinking about doing stuff, or you've got a job that you don't really like right now, you know, being an ICE agent is kind of like a young, like you were saying, a baseball player, an athlete, someone who's like strong, maybe has some gun experience. But something like this where you can leave being a phlebotomist or something in a job you hate and go do this for a couple years and then transition after that, there's a boom to be part of at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there are things that are going to exist for a brief little 4-year window during Trump's admin and then maybe not be as valuable.
That's a good point.
But it's an opportunity to go do something different and deny everybody. That's it.
That's what I was going to say.
That's the rule of thumb.
Like, oh, you have to go through 500 applicants today. It should take you from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And you go, oh, yeah, okay. No. And you just do
European,
that.
yes, maybe.
And then you leave at
South
noon.
African.
You leave at lunch and you're done for the day. Just deny everybody.
Yeah, it's an easy job.
All right, let's get to our next story. The murder of Logan Federico, that blonde, nice girl. Her dad was doing testimony recently. It's very sad stuff.
And we covered this when this happened. I believe it was in South Carolina. And it was a guy who had broken into multiple homes. And this beautiful blonde girl was in the second home that he broke into.
Yeah. And he was arrested 39 times before. She was 22 years old. Very sad. It's similar to Irina Zarutska.
Mm-hmm.
And the point I wanted to make here in this section, people posted the Irina Zarutska picture and said, remember this face before you vote Democrats again. And then someone replied, and can you read what they replied?
This is like a lefty replying saying, the right has zero solution to this, by the way. Paranoid, schizophrenic, violent outbursts require an integrated care system to ensure he has access to and is taking his medication. And they just defunded school lunches. They won't fund this.
Yeah, like what can be done to put a nuanced, integrated, systematic system in place?
He needs multiple people, one for the medication subscription, one to maintain the subscription, one to maintain his housing. We're talking about 6 people at least for this feral black.
It's going to cost billions of dollars. Put him in a cage.
Yeah, put him in a cage, lock it up, 1 hour of sunlight a day, 1 shower a week, please.
Feed him schlop.
Yeah. And then somebody else replied, a right-winger said, actually, you can just kill violent psycho murderers. There's no downside. Things just get immediately better for everyone except the violent psycho murderers. The left refuses to discuss this because they love violent psycho murderers more than normal people.
And that's true, too.
Yeah. Guys, we're in a weird situation where we need to be a little bit brutal because these people are being brutal to us and the public at large. And there's some sort of thing like we can't punish people. We can't separate people from society. Jail's all supposed to be for rehab. You want the guy who stabbed Irina Zarutska to come out 5 years from now, like on pills and ready to, sweep the floors at a high school or something?
Not happening.
I don't think so. I think it's separated forever now, guys.
And it is fully anarcho-tyranny, like we've told you. Tina Peters was in prison while DeCarlos Brown and Alexander Dickey, with 56 arrests between them, were walking free. She was the whistleblower. I think she whistle blew the Dominion voting system irregularities in 2022, allegedly.
Yeah.
So they'll sue the fuck out of you.
Yeah. Yeah. Better say allegedly.
But that old lady, who's like a nice...
Who did one thing, and like, what are her chances of reoffending?
She did one thing that she thought was the right thing because she said she saw something weird.
Mm-hmm.
She goes to jail, and then these guys who keep doing crimes over and over get let out. You have to be aware of that.
56 arrests between them. Crazy stats, right?
Yeah. So while these repeat offenders are running wild, this is what Mamdami's saying to do with the jails.
Oftentimes, we've even found as legislators, when we go into these courts, the term violent crime is even used when people are stealing packages. Violent crime is even used when people are accused of burglary and there happens to be a housing unit in that same dwelling. So violence is an artificial construction. And we have to be very clear that what is happening here with these district attorneys, that is violence. That is violence of the highest degree.
So he's trying to make the claim that like violent crime isn't actually violent crime because sometimes if you steal a package off someone's porch, it's categorized as a violent crime. I'm sure there's a lot of violent crime still happening.
Yeah. I don't know what he's even saying. He's kind of trying to run interference for maybe like one case that slipped through the cracks that was like the wrong way, while we have hundreds of people, like women, getting slapped. We're going to get to some of it in Urban Decay.
Yeah, we have a whole section.
But yeah, this is the leftist thing. They find one story. Like, our one story is like, this guy was arrested 19 times and then he killed someone. Their one story is like, this guy got a little bit too harsh of a sentence for stealing packages, and he was like the perpetual thief, and he resisted being held down by the local guy who finally caught him.
And for that, we needed to arrest nobody.
Yeah.
Because it could be that. It could be the guy just stealing Amazon. It could be the guy smoking a joint in the park.
So their examples are so much worse than our examples. And they're usually lies, guys. Like, remember all the Black Lives Matters thing. Every single one. Mike Brown, George Floyd, all of them have some sort of huge stretch of the truth that makes it way worse than it actually was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hands up, don't shoot. I don't fucking think that happened, guys.
Not even close.
Yeah.
And so if you live in New York, does this look like the strong male leadership that you need for your city to keep you safe?
He's taking a picture in front of the View. He's exhibiting some cock shame, covering the cock.
Yep.
Little gay face.
Little gay face, and similar to the gay guy from Modern Family.
Yep, definitely.
So that's not who you want to be compared to.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then to close out this section, we have a little bit of, what's it called when the graph moves? A live graph.
Yeah.
This is the U.S. murder rate by race. Black is the one at the top. We're going to play it at 1.5 speed, but this is from the year 2000 to now. Look at the black crime rate and tell me there's not a problem.
This is homicide rate per 100,000, so not just crime.
Homicide.
All right, so everyone's pretty stable, too.
Everyone's stable, but the black one's high. Black's going down. Oh, no, it's not. It's going up. It's going up.
Obama elected. All right, let's chill out a little bit.
Going down. All right, we're chilling out. People are starting to get along.
2011, Obama's second term.
Everything seems to be fine.
Reversion to the meme.
And then 2016, everyone starts to get mad at Trump, so you got to let the black criminals out.
And here's 2020, which is an inflection point. Boom, straight line up, black murders.
Just goes crazy.
Basically went up by 50% and hasn't retraced fully down.
What is that?
Yeah, that's when all the reform happened. When people got let out of jail from COVID, they did easier sentences. Soros DAs gained power, and all of a sudden, people who wouldn't have been on the street in 2012 are now on the street. And what do they do on the street? They kill someone.
Yep, very true. But Stephen Miller gave a speech in Memphis, and I like what he said.
To the Memphis Police Department, to the officers that I see sitting in front of me, we are about to provide you with a level of support you cannot even imagine. This isn't just a task force. This is a all-of-government unlimited support operation. ATF, DEA, FBI, ICE, Department of War, every resource we have. And they're not going to be sitting behind a desk at a keyboard. We are sending in real cops with guns and badges to go out with you on the street every single night making arrests. These are people who have taken down drug cartels, kingpins, the worst criminal offenders in the United States, standing with you shoulder to shoulder to shoulder.
That's what I like.
Yeah. Send them in.
Send them in.
Send them into the shitholes, baby.
And arrest them all. We need more prisons.
And you know how we were talking about Portland, how that was ICE specific? We don't need any federal intervention. We have our own thing. And it's like, yeah, we're not really asking permission. I think the governor of Louisiana asked for federal help to deal with New Orleans violence, Baton Rouge violence, two of the most violent cities that are blue cities. But they have a red governor, so they asked for federal assistance, you know? So we all know the cities that can use it. We all know the cities that are problems. And everyone in those cities knows where the no-go zones are. It's really fucking simple, right? Like, you just drill down into these areas, and if you put the bodies there, crime will stop. And I like the theory that we had before where murder is not you don't have pent-up demand for it. People don't go, all right, feds are here, I'll just bide my time like I'm a kingpin.
Mm-hmm.
It's impulse murders, crimes of opportunity, stuff like that just don't happen. And I saw some data about DC. There's a tangible impact, a tangible decrease in the violent crimes that have been happening on the streets of DC because of this. So it's working, the bodies work, and then it's exactly like the Hegseth stuff. Like, our soldiers need to be fit, smart, not worried about DEI. And it's like, our high crime areas need cops, feds, people on the streets.
And arrests.
It's very simple. You don't even have to be smart to do it.
And the reason that it got so out of hand is because of this over-intellectualizing, you know...
We need community outreach. We need social workers. And it's like, no, violent ghetto people need to be in fucking jail.
Yeah, if you do a crime, you go to jail. Yeah. Whoa.
What about rehab?
One guy stole an Amazon package and he went to jail, and we shouldn't arrest anybody now.
Yeah.
Okay, retard.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our migrant section.
Okay.
We're not going to go too fast, but there's going to be a pace, and it's not that huge of a section. First things first, can you go over this poll?
Yeah, it's a New York Times / Siena poll. Do you support or oppose deporting immigrants living in the U.S. Illegally back to their home countries? Do you support deportations, basically? Support, 54%. Oppose, 43%. Men, 65 to 33. That's plus 32. Men are obviously in favor of deportation. Women, they like violent migrant rapists, apparently.
They feel bad. They saw the crying kid.
45 support, 51 don't. And basically, the reason we're bringing this all up is because it's all white people. The only reason there's a positive view of deportations in America is because of white people.
And white people, 62% support deporting, 37% oppose. Black, 34% support, 59% oppose. Hispanic, 27-65. So white people are the only ones who are opposing the Great Replacement.
Yeah.
It makes sense, right?
Yeah, it does. It does. And then white college degree, that's 50-50. That's basically the same. So it's interesting.
Isn't that interesting? Everyone else wants to lower the white population except for white people, barely.
Yeah.
And then we have some white stats here. Can you give that a read?
Yeah, it's a tweet from this guy who says there are 193 million white people in the United States. It's the largest white population on Earth. The United States also has the most anti-white institutional power structure on Earth between government, academia, media, and corporations. The social engineers knew what they were doing, spending generations conditioning white people to reject our own inherent identity, turning so many of us against ourselves, and importing enough non-whites to reduce whites to approximately 50% of the population and ever decreasing. If, at the onset, they had attempted to do this by naked force, they would have been smashed like the cockroaches they are. But they were smart. They meticulously degraded everything that held America together as a coherent society and brought to fruition a 21st century in which 193 million white people are openly dehumanized, hated, and attacked, and accept this treatment as a normal part of daily life. A literal parasitic organism that destroys the brain's self-preservation instinct. We must deworm.
Oh, the anti-Semitic.
Yeah, ADL would have a problem with that.
ADL has a problem with that.
But yeah, it's a very nefarious way to kind of, and that's the thing, like if only close to 50% of white people support deportations, which the numbers are a little bit better than that, then nothing will ever happen because we got enough brown people here to say, no, let them in forever.
Yeah.
And pay for their stuff.
Very true.
So
that's why democracy doesn't work. It's just the 51%. You just say, okay, 51% is what we need. You just load people up.
Send in the trains, Browns, caravans, right?
That's how it works. And here's what Ilhan Omar is talking about, how this is not a white nation.
And so the idea that this is a white nation that needs to be preserved is a fascinatingly disgusting view because this country is one for the many.
Yeah, disgusting view. No, your country where you come from is disgusting.
Yeah, that's a shithole in the Horn of Africa. And you can't, like, the interviewer should say, why? Why is that? I don't think she can answer why. It's just like, well, because I want to come.
We want to take it.
My friends want to come. Yeah. There's no, like, answer other than we want to exert political control in a very successful country with a lot of infrastructure already up and running.
Very true. And then she says, white people didn't create America or whatever. Well, let's look at the history here. We have some history on the wall.
The signing of the Constitution.
Looks pretty. There's no Somalis in there.
Yeah, not one. Wait a second. Is that a giant black forehead in the back? No.
No,
that's Ben Franklin.
No Somalis.
Zero Somalis.
And then if there was a Somali, they wouldn't have added anything of value to that conversation.
I'll sign it too.
Yeah.
It was nothing. Yeah.
And Abdul, you could sign it as well.
Yeah.
And then let's get to our stats here. We have an employment stat, which I thought was very insightful. It says 48% of 18 to 29-year-olds say they have a full-time job.
Yeah, we're kind of transitioning to the H-1B job stealing migration as opposed to the Somali types, or the anti-white stuffing the country. But this is part of it. So yeah, huge number. 18 to 29-year-olds. 52% don't have a job.
Yeah.
And Mystery Grove tweeted, there is no justification for importing millions of foreign workers with employment numbers like these. And obviously that's true, right?
It's very true. And then remember a while ago, everyone was saying learn to code.
Yeah.
That was like the meme. It was making fun of people who were losing their jobs to whatever, like the changing industries.
Mm-hmm.
Can you read that bottom one?
Yeah, big tech told an entire generation to learn to code, then replace their entry-level jobs with AI, per New York Times. And Aesthetica said, no, this is the lie they told. They replaced these jobs with H-1B Indians. AI has not taken a single coding job. I think there's a blame on AI while they stuff Frisco, Texas with 100,000 Indians, right?
Yeah.
Doing tech support in America.
Very true.
So I think that's a big lie. A lot of stuff gets blamed on AI now, and it hasn't really progressed to the point of taking jobs. And
we need an Indian Removal Act.
Yeah, Andrew Jackson shit. Yeah, of course.
And then we have another stat here from H-1Bs and how many Indians are taking them.
Yeah, this is from the fiscal year 2024. India monopolized the H-1B visa system with 283,000 and change approvals, surpassing the total of every other country combined. And so India has 283K, China 46K, Philippines 5K, Canada 4K, and the rest of the world 46,000. And I just wanted to update these numbers because we had shown a graph before about how India basically had 66% of all H-1Bs. It was a mostly Indian thing, mostly Indian visa. And this has now ramped up. This is like 76%. So
not good.
They're taking even more share of the pie because they're committing, the type of gray area crimes where they request it for their cousin or they discriminate hiring. Once they get into positions of power, they want to bring in more Indians. Mm-hmm. Their friends, their cousins, someone who's recommended to them. And so, of course, when you monopolize something, your share grows.
Yeah.
And you weed out the competition, right?
That's how it goes. And then people support it within the companies. We have an example here. I rejected 5 MAGA folks, even though they did a good job in the interviews. This is like a Robin Hood board where they posted that.
Yeah. You claim we only hire H-1B, pay them less. You don't get opportunities just because you're MAGA. I'll make that true. Even if I get a sniff that you're MAGA or Trump supporter, you're done. You're not working at Robin Hood, at least on my team. And there are several other posts like this where they're kind of talking about discriminating or reacting to the current backlash that Indians are facing. And so they're trying to exercise their power. They have been tribal, and then we call out the tribalness, and then they go, fine, I'll do it 10 times harder.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the resisting. You know how a person wriggles the most when they're close to being pinned? You know, they start freaking out. You know about that.
I do.
That's where we're at with some of the Indian tech workers at this point.
Yeah, but everyone says, oh, but they have skills that no one else has. Well, here's what lunch at Microsoft looks like. Look at this. He's handing out shit.
This is Microsoft?
Yeah.
He's handing out shit?
And they're eating shit.
Holy crap. Oh, he's cooking it too.
Yeah, it's called shit lunch.
Holy crap.
And they roll it up like that. It's disgusting. And they eat it. That wall just said shit. It said shit. And then here he goes. Here's some shit. You want to eat shit?
Oh, my God. That's bad. Microsoft, you said.
Yeah, that's Microsoft.
Crazy.
And then, obviously, besides the H-1Bs, we have other migrant issues like crime and violent migrants. Here's a violent migrant now at 3 a.m. coming to your door.
We'll just try the door. Should be open, right? I can come in. And he rings the doorbell. Lifeless.
Boot is boot. We wow. Boot. We wow.
Not a thought
We
behind
wow.
those eyes.
Boo is boot. Boo is boot.
All right, so just casually trying your doors at 3 a.m. He's not even stealthy. He's not wearing like a mask or covering his face or sneaking in. He just walks with the third world stare, tries your door, doesn't work, and he moves on.
And then he'll go collect his welfare check or get his apartment paid for later.
And he's just living in the now.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm going to extrapolate and make a thesis here. That's why there's so much shitting involved with the Indian people, because they're living in the now and there's no planning ahead. So, like, you know, people think like, oh, I should get to the bathroom in the next 5 minutes.
Oh, shit, when I get home.
Yeah.
Type thing.
For them, they don't think about it till it's coming out.
Yeah, and then they go to the side of the
And
train
they go,
tracks.
oh, shit. And
just
then
let
they
it
go,
blow.
and then it's like, oh, it's like that's why you're shitting outside, because you're standing outside and then I'm shitting.
Okay.
And, you know?
Yeah,
So
I agree with that.
There's something there.
Definitely.
You agree with that?
Oh, you're a shitting expert, right?
Well, I do know a lot about it.
A lot of reps, a lot of experience.
That's enough. That's enough. Let's get into our next piece. They're giving IDs out to illegals, and they're writing no name given on the ID.
Yeah, this is kind of a bombshell of the week, which is even insane. And this is why we always talk about digging deeper and tip of the iceberg, because this blew my mind. How can they even do this? So far in 2025, 46 U.S. Department of Transits were filed under the name of no name. It says no name given. And so this kind of came to the attention after the governor of Oklahoma posted, if New York wants to hand out CDLs to illegal immigrants with no name given, that's on them. The moment they cross into Oklahoma, they answer to our laws. Oklahoma Highway Patrol performed an enforcement action along I-40 and apprehended 125 illegal immigrants. This is keeping Oklahomans safe. And it's a picture of a CDL, and they literally just write no name given in place of the name, which is like a crime against humanity.
But I have to pay taxes.
Somehow I have to pay taxes. Here's a tweet from Freedom Tunes. He said, the Democrats really said nobody is above the law and then named a bunch of people nobody. All of these came from California or New York for the most part, and I think there were a couple other states involved that were only had one or two. But yeah, crazy. No, you could just, some guy who doesn't even speak English could hand you an ID that says no name given. He's like a ghost. It's like Jason Bourne. What are you talking about, no name given?
That's so true.
You're under arrest. And then there was another, this is kind of a side in addition to it. This was an article written called The Fraud Factory, Corrupt CDL Programs That Put Killers Behind the Wheel, Part 1. A 2-decade investigation reveals 6,000 plus fraudulent licenses, at least 13 deaths, and a justice system that let most walk free.
Yeah, and then can you read that tweet? This is where it gets interesting.
Yeah, this was one particular story. 6 children burned to death because a truck driver bought his license for $500. When Georgia forced 623 licensed drivers to retest years later, 77% failed. Hundreds of truck drivers were operating because examiners accepted bribes. Over 100 people were convicted from the governor's mansion to the DMV. Right now, somewhere in America, it's happening again. This is the story of America's CDL fraud.
But making them retest, then 77% fail.
It's insane.
Absolutely insane.
And then, like, this was from a 2-decade investigation that was looking backwards, obviously the last 2 decades, and we've shown examples of how it's gotten so much worse. And like, you really need your head on a swivel out there on America's highways, because there are people who don't speak English and don't know the rules driving giant fucking trucks.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of our migrant section. We're now moving on to our final page of housekeeping where I can say whatever I want. Use the opportunity to go to the post. Help us choose the algo. Leave a like, leave a comment again, then start yapping. P.O. Box needs to be full and picked up by me. Notifications need to be on. Old episodes need to be watched. And the link to this episode needs to be sent to the boys in the group chat. I have stuff on my fingers. It looks like I had like nail polish. I have all this black stuff. It's window weld for my car. I'm a car guy.
Yeah, he's painting his nails.
So now I got this stuff on my hand. I'm a car guy. And then on this hand, I have all these cuts from fishing. I'm a fishing guy.
Yeah.
So I got all these hand problems from all these hobbies I'm doing.
Sounds like you got trouble.
All right, I'm going to go quick through our final page of housekeeping, but I do have some funny stuff to tell you guys. Jehovah's Witnesses came to my door last week, and I don't like to just send people away. So they're like, oh, we're going to come back next week. Would you be able to talk to us then? And I'm like, yeah, next week. That'll never be here. Next week's not right now, and you leave right now? Yeah, next week. And then they came back today, and I was like, hey, guys, I have a call in 10 minutes. And they're like, well, can you take our phone number? Can we give you your phone number? And I'm like, yeah, take my phone number. I give him my phone number, and then he goes, oh, I accidentally didn't save it. Can you tell it to me again? And I think he was checking to see if I was giving him the right number, and I gave it to him again. And I don't know. I like them to feel like they have a good lead. They go out in the neighborhood. They're walking around. I want them to feel like, oh, there's that one guy. He kind of like, that's a good lead.
You kind of contribute to your own misery, though. It's so funny. And then sometimes I'm over here, and he gets a knock on the door, and it's this little kid who he pays $5 or $10 to clean his windshield. Doesn't even clean his car well.
He leaves streak marks on it and use paper towels.
And Fleccas will be
now
like,
I hide.
Fleccas will be like, hide. Don't look. Pretend you're looking at your computer. So he's like hiding from a 12-year-old. But he's giving his number out to Jehovah's Witness. I don't even understand you. I
just, when that happens and there's someone at the door and I'm talking to him, in my mind, it's like, get out of this as fast as possible. So if they say, oh, we'll come back.
Myself down the road. You go crazy. You ruin future you.
Not right now. Yeah. It's like, I can have them leave right now. All I have to do is give them my phone number.
So you're kind of the immigrants you were just describing. You're just living in the moment.
Yeah.
Just do something right now. I got to shit. Basically the equivalent.
Yeah.
So you're in trouble too.
All right, that's pretty good.
No, it's not. It's bad.
It is.
Jehovah's Witnesses are circling around you. They have your number now.
They think I'm their number one. They go, oh,
they're a prospect.
There's that one guy. He's promising.
What do Jehovah's Witnesses do? They don't celebrate holidays or birthdays?
I don't know.
That's all I know about them.
Well, they don't lead with their Jehovah's Witnesses either. They go, oh, like, I want to read you a Bible verse. And I'm like, okay, read me a Bible verse. And then they go, can we hand you some literature? I'm like, yeah, sure. And then it's like, blah, 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 Jehovah. And I'm like, oh, Jehovah's Witnesses knocking on my door. Of course that's what it is.
I know a lot of black people are Jehovah's Witnesses too, right?
That's interesting.
I don't know why they fall for it.
Then they saw the dog. They complimented him. That was a good move.
All right, wrap it up.
All right, let's get to our first thing. Fluoridated water for babies without teeth.
Yeah. You can't convince me there isn't a deeper agenda here.
So babies with no teeth need to drink it, and then you ask them what it is. It's like, oh, it's not for their teeth. It's to calcify their pineal gland and disconnect them from God and make them zombies.
Okay. Yeah. Good plan.
Yeah.
Good plan if you were a bad guy.
Why would you ever give your kid fluoridated water if they're a baby?
Yeah.
Next, you know that Tylenol gives autism. Allegedly, this is whatever. But you are not ready for... Just read it.
To talk about the fact that Tylenol makes your kids gay. So Tylenol gives autism, but Tylenol also makes your kids gay is the claim here.
Now, what does it say?
And it's a PubMed. Prenatal exposure to paracetamol/acetaminophen and precursor aniline impairs masculinization of male brain and behavior. Together, these data suggest prenatal exposure to APAP may impair male sexual behavior in adulthood by disrupting the sexual neurobehavioral programming. These findings add to the growing body of evidence suggesting the need to limit the widespread exposure and use of APAP by pregnant women.
So that's why the gay people are always like, ah.
So if you're gay and autistic, tough break.
You know what happened.
You know what happened. Mom was ripping Tylenol.
All right, our last piece.
Allegedly.
This is a fast piece. This is a fast part of housekeeping. It's a fast final page, but that's what happens sometimes. Insane matchup: Jews versus UPS. Never seen this before. Have you ever seen that before?
And they have fours too. They're running fours, full court.
But have you ever seen these guys square off?
No, never. That's an unheard of matchup. UPS, they don't really go in packs. Everyone has their own truck. So for them to link up, they had beef with the Jews.
That was an insane matchup. And I like to show you guys rare stuff.
Okay.
All right, that's the end of the final page. Now moving on to Cringe of the Week. All right, our first clip of Cringe of the Week. There is a trans running for office in California.
Ace needs to get the out of California. My name is Maybe. I'm running for state senate in the heart of Los Angeles and East LA, and I will fight for human rights in the state legislature. I've been working with people experiencing homelessness for over a decade, volunteering at shelters, being the homelessness liaison for the neighborhood council, and now being the operations manager for the Neighborhood Homeless Coalition. I'm fighting to make California affordable.
Who is this busty bitch?
Who is this slut? And the full name is Maybe a Girl. So Maybe a Girl. It's one of the drag queen pun names. And this guy wearing makeup talks about illegal immigrants, homelessness, and then drag queen stuff. That's like the big three in LA.
Yeah, so vote for Maybe a Girl. But when you get to the ballot box, pull the lever for Frank Johnson.
Yeah, it's Frank. Big Frank. Yeah, you get to the ballot box and it's like, oh, I really, that Maybe a Girl really resonated with me. It's like, which one is Maybe? Oh, God. And it's just 5 male names.
Yeah.
And you can't choose.
It's Frank Johnson, and he benches 335.
Yeah.
And then we have another drag queen story here. Harvard hires drag queen named Lahore Vagistan.
As a visiting professor.
As a professor.
Harvard. You know, they want to throw away their own legacy, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't there a Taylor Swift class at Harvard or something? Some stupid shit like that?
Makes me embarrassed to be an Ivy Leaguer.
Yeah. Actually, Dartmouth has stayed away from most of that shit. So shout out to Dartmouth. But yeah, drag queens, they're funny names. And this is probably like, you know how we got that snowblower named Snarf Snarf O'Banion?
Mm-hmm.
They probably like when they see their stupid name in print.
They get off.
They had to write it.
Yeah.
Maybe a Girl, Lahore Vagistan.
Yeah, they like it.
So, you know, good for them, but it's up to us, the normal people, to say, block. No, you can't. You're not a professor. You got a fetish, brother.
Yeah, you're bricked.
Yeah.
You're bricked in front of the kids. And then Dartmouth has stayed away from it. Who's the president of Dartmouth, do you know?
A woman, Sion Blackwell or something. I forget her name.
Is it a Steinberg?
No, they've stayed away from it, though. They've stayed away from it.
That's probably why.
I actually read in the alumni magazine that they were like proud that they were staying out of it, and then the federal government hadn't bothered them at all.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it was funny.
Keep it 100 up in the woods.
I forget her name, but whatever.
And then there is another trans thing happening in Japan. There is a trans Tokyo march. This is from a few years ago, but I wanted to prove a bigger point. Who would ever throw a trans march in Tokyo? Well, the Japanese people don't like that stuff. Oh, it was put on by the Embassy of Israel in Japan.
Very bad. Not good PR.
Thanks for doing that. All right, our next story, the Tesla dog shitter.
Yeah, this one just happened in Chicago. This guy tweeted, I was in Chicago today. This person thought it would be funny to wipe dog crap all over my Cybertruck. This happened at West Buckingham Place and North Halstead. If you can identify this person, I'm offering a generous reward.
Guys, let's find this person, please.
They already found her.
I wanted the generous award.
No, they already found her. She's like a dog groomer. She has like a dog daycare place. And look at her. She's just some fat, middle-aged hipster woman, stupid. And then, like, the reality of this, it's just a woman like you're playing with shit. You're digging around into shit. Oh, I'm going to play with shit today. I saw something I didn't like. I'm going to play with shit. And she's, like, doing it carefully with the bag so it doesn't touch her fingers. But, like, think about the smell and the release when you're smearing shit. This lady was digging around in shit because the guy had, like, a Donald Trump wrap on a Cybertruck.
Pathetic.
People immediately found her business. We're not going to dox her, but you can easily go online and see, like, type in type in
dog shitter.
No, John Evans. Go to this guy's Twitter. And they immediately found her, and she's just some hipster doofus weed smoker in Chicago who's a total lefty retard, middle-aged woman getting nuked on her reviews now for her small business.
Yep, she's a bad dog sitter.
Case closed, yeah.
And then, John, I'm glad you found her. If you have any other awards you want to award,
yeah,
we support you.
Sure.
Please support us. All right, next we have a funny social experiment that goes wrong, but it's pretty funny, but it still goes wrong.
Yeah, this guy does a wad of cash in an envelope behind people, and this is like what he does all day with Meta glasses, and then he kind of tests if they'll try to take the money, because it's obviously not from them. It's fake, like, movie money.
Did you drop this envelope of money?
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, what do you do for a living? That's a lot of money.
Yeah. I do events.
Events?
Yes.
What type of events?
Weddings, quinceañeras.
Can I get a reward for turning it in?
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you. You got any advice for me? No
Just,
advice?
just be just like who you are.
Be just who I
Don't
am?
let nobody change you.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you. Wait, so, I read the note in there. It said for herpes meds.
Yes. Well, my son, he has herpes.
Oh.
So, yeah, I got to buy medication for him.
Oh, that's so messed up.
I'm sorry.
He's going to get through it, though.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. And then, what's your name?
Migdalia.
McDowell. Why does this envelope say PW?
PW is my son named Peter Watson.
Peter what?
Peter Watson?
Watson?
Yes, his father is black.
Oh, his father's what?
Black.
Black?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. We're from Kentucky.
Mm.
Got here about a week ago.
Uh-huh.
And because my son lived here.
Uh-huh.
I got here about a week ago.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm supposed to be getting medications for him later on today.
Oh, okay. So wait, put it on God. That's yours, because I'm just making
Yes,
sure.
I put it in God's name.
On God.
Yes.
You're not lying.
No, I'm not lying.
100% not lying.
100% not.
You wouldn't lie to me.
I wouldn't lie to you.
Okay. All right. It was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
I got to tell you something, though.
What?
It's a social experiment.
Oh, okay.
So the money's fake.
Ah.
It was a social. See if you do the right or wrong
okay.
thing. Why did you take something that wasn't yours?
I don't know.
So she swore to God her half-black son from Kentucky named Peter Watson had
With
herpes,
yeah.
and needed the money for the medication.
So good, man.
That's like cringe. She's a dishonest woman, but she deserved it.
Like, on a dime, you're making up a whole story, 8 piece of lies.
Costanza move
for
as well.
like $1,200, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fake
That was
envelope
like
is.
really actually impressive.
Kind of sad though too. That's some
Yeah.
Hunger Games shit. Like you're gonna lie, swear on God, throw away everything for the $1,200. I don't think your eternal soul is in a very good spot after a social experiment like that.
And those abuelo types,
yeah,
they're supposed to be the honest ones.
That's
Like,
true.
oh no, it's not mine. Give it to someone else. Bless you.
Go turn it in.
They should be like that. So we lost abuela.
Yeah, we lost abuelas.
All right, our next
All of them.
All abuelas are lost. Our next story is the Queer Self-Defense Club.
Yeah, this is the Democratic Socialists of America Queer Liberation Working Group in Oklahoma City. That's a mouthful.
They sound, they're probably strong.
Let's see how they hit.
I bet you didn't know that we have a queer fight club right here in Oklahoma City. And I bet you also didn't know that we're about to celebrate 1 full year of this very successful community self-defense program. Now, some members thought we should do a Jean-Claude Van Damme Kumite style type of event, but that didn't quite make it out of planning. So join us Monday night, 7 p.m. at the Diversity Center for a board game night to celebrate.
Board game night.
Diversity Center.
Yeah. So this is actually almost worse than training, because if these people with the masks, the non-binaries, and the trans folks who have no ability, if they train, they might gain confidence and think like, oh, if something goes down, I know how to fight. And then you might actually get yourself into more trouble with that.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
I'm about to go face ice. I'm ready. I took that queer self-defense club class. I'm ready to face ice.
Yeah.
And then you get trespass.
Yeah, that's true. I can't really shit on this. They should all. This is good for you. You know, these fat little Golgi bodies. Why not?
It's good to move around.
Do something physical. But then I think some of them get frustrated with how bad they are, and then they pick up you know what.
Yeah.
They go, oh, I can't do it with my fists.
That's a good point.
You know?
I could train for 15 years or I could pick up a gun now.
Exactly.
That's dark. And then here's what these types look like when they get into an interaction. This is an Antifa type approaching a guy aggressively, and look what happens to him.
All right. Show.
Hit it with the preemptive. The preemptive two-piece.
It looks like he had a knife.
Yeah, I definitely
He was
wouldn't have.
going like this. What does he have in there?
That's pepper spray season.
And the hint for that guy would have been to see the cauliflower ear on the guy you're approaching.
Yeah.
That's a telltale sign.
Dead giveaway.
All right, we're now moving on to Urban Decay. Before we get to Urban Decay, we have a special announcement. Before we get there, we do need to tell you guys there is a 30-minute Bonus Land episode dropping tomorrow at 11 a.m. So if you're looking for a new episode tomorrow at 11 a.m., FleccasTalks.com is the website. There's also a 30-minute episode from Wednesday, a few days ago. So if you want that and the backlog of all the content, hours and hours and days of content, FleccasTalks.com is the website. We have a new Bonus Land that comes out every Wednesday and Saturday at 11 a.m. You guys will love it. Sign up now, please. And it helps the show.
Yeah.
It's important. All right, we're now in Urban Decay. Our first clip of Urban Decay is low trust Costco type.
Yeah, this woman at Costco has a giant 5-gallon or more Gatorade container, and she's filling up gigantic bottles of lemonade from the $1.50 drink stand, or actually probably less, and she doesn't care. This will take her maybe 30 minutes, but she's going to
get 5 gallons of lemonade for $1.
She's going to go until the syrup runs out.
And this happens a lot around the country, but you know what expedites this and makes it happen more?
What?
Migrants.
Yeah.
Because people see migrants throwing their trash in the river, playing loud music, taking too many samples, and they say, well, someone's going to do it. There's no rules. Nothing matters. I'm going to do it too.
Why shouldn't I rip off Costco?
So if we had like a society that was here, and then we bring in people that live in a society here, it's easy to get dragged down because, well, they're doing it. Well, I'll just fill up the 5-gallon jug too. That's what they're about to do.
Yeah, they don't make you aim higher. They drag you down. It's called the lowest common denominator.
Yeah.
And people start trending towards that.
That's a good point.
But Costco, come on. That's a great institution. Great American institution.
Arrest that woman.
Lock in. Yeah.
All right, this next clip is my favorite clip from Urban Decay. This woman gets caught stealing sunglasses at the airport, and look how she tries to play it.
On camera right here.
And I got the vape in my hand. You see me put something in my pocket, but it was my vape.
You want to watch the video?
Yeah, let's go ahead and show her because she's saying that she can explain it.
Show me putting it in my bag.
She says that she gave the glasses and returned them to you.
And if it don't show me putting it in the bag, I have to sue her because she's discriminating. I'm about to sue the out of her because I know for a fact I didn't put it in my purse.
First and foremost, you don't have to use any foul language. We're all civil here.
Where's my phone so I can call my lawyer? Oh God, you want some extra out there shit on some racism, and I'll never come back here.
The more we argue, the longer it's going to take.
Nah, because she pissing me off because she really on some racist shit.
Let her do her thing so we can get you moving. Turn around, ma'am.
You guys the video.
You're under arrest for theft, for shoplifting. Turn around, ma'am, please.
So I'm missing my flight?
No, you're under arrest now for retail theft. Are those it?
That's them. Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you've been charged with shoplifting and tampering with evidence.
So I'm about to go to jail down here? That's what it is? Are y'all serious? Sir, I don't get in trouble. I don't do nothing. And I have the sons waiting on me to get home. In Oklahoma, if it's under $1,000, they write you a ticket.
So she really bluffed with, I'm going to call my lawyer, followed by, I'm never coming back here again. Like,
there's no lawyer.
But that's a real Costanza move, too.
Yeah.
I'm going to call my lawyer. I'm never coming back here again. Also, she knows the dollar amount threshold for stealing where she's from. Mm-hmm. She said, if it's under $1,000, it's just a ticket. After also saying, I've never stolen anything in my life. So
I'm just well versed on the legal aptitudes of Oklahoma.
So the things...
No, and this is the cycle... This happens on a micro scale and a macro scale. This is what happens when one black person individually steals something from a store. It's the, I didn't do nothing, you're profiling me, accusations of racism. And then ultimately, I did it, I'm under arrest. That same thing happens like society-wide. Like, He didn't do nothing. That was a good boy. Here's his graduation picture. And then like the story eventually comes out. The whole narrative, the attempt at framing something to get emotionally manipulate the American audience. And then eventually you get all the facts of the case, like Mike Brown was stealing blunts and doing this to fucking the Indian shopkeeper. And then he charged at fucking Darren Brown. What was the guy's name, the cop?
Yeah, something like that.
So it's the same playbook, micro and macro. Individual on a individual shoplifting basis and macro on a societal basis.
She being racist. I'm going to call my lawyer.
And you know, that whole thing, like, I don't think we would have an Urban Decay section if we weren't so heavily propagandized that black people are wrongly incarcerated and all this bad stuff happens to them and it's just a series of unfortunate events. You know what I'm saying by that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we kind of exist as a pushback to show the reality of some of these horrible situations where it shows like just greasy decision-making, bad people, and there's not like an innocent explanation for any of this. Ahmaud Arbery, he was jogging. No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
Use your brain. And that's the point, is like the racism as a tool, and you have to call it out, right?
Yep. Our next video, we have a young urban toddler with a gun. Doesn't look good.
He's eating a pizza, and he pulls out a real gun. It takes up his whole pants, too. And you got to point it at the cameraman. Yeah, extended clip. Extended clip. No baby teeth.
Yeah, bad flagging, good trigger discipline. And then we have the meme, you know, they try to make everyone feel bad for profiling. When do I become a threat? Right in the middle there.
Yeah, 5 to 14, there's a noticeable uptick in the murder rate,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
That's where it starts.
And then you got baby's first ankle monitor as a toy.
Yeah.
You know, that's funny. And then
And in that case, it should be mommy and daddy's first DCFS visit. It shouldn't be, well, he's doomed. He's going to get on an ankle monitor at some point, right?
Yeah.
But that's more mommy and daddy's first child neglect. Mommy and daddy's first crime with a child.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel bad for a kid like this. He gets born into this, and then like you have the genetic instincts to fucking be impulsive too. It's a bad combo.
Yeah.
Hood parents plus the bad genetics, right?
And almost equally as bad, I believe, that 7-Eleven pizza.
Ooh.
Which I've unfortunately had a lot of experience with.
Yeah.
In LA, me and my friends used to get 7-Eleven pizza all the time, especially after like drinking or going out. We go to 7-Eleven at like 3 a.m. and get pizza. And there was a guy there that knew us, and his name, he was an Indian guy, probably an H-1B. And his name was Lewin, L''W-I-N. So then we got there one time at 3 in the morning, and we were eating 7-Eleven pizza like every day.
Because it was right down the street. I remember that.
Right down the street, and we would go like 4 times a week. So we got there, it's 3 in the morning, and he looks at us, he goes, "How can I help you?" And my friend goes, "You already know what it is, Lewin." And he goes, "Pepperoni pizza?" And we're like, "Yeah, run it." So that's pretty funny.
That's
7-Eleven, it was disgusting. It was horrible.
That's bad.
All right, our next segment within Urban Decay, the Loop Puncher from Chicago and other famous repeat offenders. So basically, there's so many repeat offenders in these major cities that they are becoming like infamous.
Notorious, yeah.
Notorious. And they have like a brand.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the dangerous man in Chicago, the Loop Puncher. That's what he looks like.
Yep.
And then here we have a girl talking about getting punched by him.
So I was punched this morning walking in the Loop to my office. Never thought I would be one to make a video like this. Chicago commuters that work in the Loop, please be so incredibly careful when you're standing in a crosswalk, because that's how I got punched in the face.
So that's what it looks like. We have another girl here, same thing. PSA, go ahead.
PSA, Chicago females, the Loop Puncher just punched me in the face, underhand. You don't even see him coming. Was with siblings and he hopped on the train and the doors closed. Yellow shirt, Addison/Wrigley stop. Stay vigilant. So that's right by the Cubs Stadium, Wrigley Field.
And he's wearing the same outfit a lot. And here's what he looks like in action, moving around. There he is.
Lurking.
Looking to punch. The Loop Puncher. And then they actually arrested him. Here he is again on the subway.
Pants are down.
Pants are down.
Long arms. He's got reach. He's got boxer reach. He's like 6'5". He's a real puncher.
Yeah.
And so they eventually arrested him. Here's footage of that.
Yep.
They're zooming in.
No, he came up to me like, excuse me, miss. I walked away and punched him in the head. Yeah.
So he's punching women, punching anybody he can.
But they got him. Keep your head up, brother. You'll be back out soon.
Yeah, he will be.
And then we have his track record here.
Well, this guy's been arrested over 20 times. Here's some of his mugshots. It's all battery, aggravated battery, physical contact, battery, physical contact. He's just a puncher, right?
Yeah.
And so they arrested him. And a broader thing of this, obviously we're going to talk about the repeat offender aspect of it, but it's a guy who's so prolific that he gains notoriety on like social media where like Gen Z and young women are like telling each other and warning each other. And it's like, did you go to the cops? Did you get something on the record? Because he's got like 40 punchings and then he gets arrested for one and then they let him out in a few days.
So
right?
true. And then while he's in jail, there is a next one up. This guy looks pretty promising in Chicago.
Oh my God.
Oh!
Oh my God.
So he's swinging. He's trying to take the throne.
Oh, he just tried to punch the girl running.
And then there's a police car right there, transit police.
No. I'm so scared to go outside.
Here he comes.
Ooh.
Just a little touch.
And it's like a shirtless black guy with ill-fitting clothes. So show watchers know, yeah, you don't just casually walk by this guy. You give him the COVID distance, 6 feet at least. Give you time to react.
And then there are some other up-and-comers popping up. Out of the SEC, we have the Vanderbilt knifer.
Yeah, man accused of chasing students with a knife on Vanderbilt University campus has a violent criminal history and was previously warned by police for trespassing. And he has, these are 5 of his 10 mugshots right here. He chased students with a knife early Sunday morning at the Wyatt Center. His criminal history includes aggravated burglary, robbery with a deadly weapon, invasion of privacy, blah, blah, blah.
He's allowed to stay out.
The Vanderbilt knifer.
Yeah.
We got the loot puncher, the Vanderbilt knifer, the loot puncher's arch nemesis, downtown puncher.
Yeah, other
something
puncher.
Else. Yeah, South Loop puncher, whatever he is.
Then we have a 100 arrest guy.
Yeah, this is a new one. This guy, he was arrested for attempted murder in Indiana, and he has nearly 100 prior arrests. Courtney Booz was arrested after he allegedly stabbed a 69-year-old man at a gas station. And Booz reportedly has 99 prior arrests with charges including trespass, drug crime, theft, battery, and bodily injury. Records show this career criminal has apparently never been to prison. Or maybe he's never been to jail. I don't know if that was appropriately transcribed.
Well, he's probably stayed at the police station, but he's never served time for any of these crimes.
So he's Jimmy in and out. He's slipping Jimmy in and out.
He needs a name. He's Mr. Slip Through the Fingers.
Hungy piece. I don't know. 100 felony man. But this is a great example of the dirty dreadlocks that we've been discussing, that you know who to avoid. And I think, you know how when America went to war in Iraq and they gave out playing cards with everybody, like the top hitters in Saddam's army and like
the ace of spades is Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, members of Al-Qaeda and shit, all the top commanders, so that soldiers would like recognize them and play with them. We need something for the repeat offenders, so America can know who.
Or
to
like
avoid.
a Guess Who game.
Yeah.
Does he have dirty dreads? Yeah.
All right, the loop puncher. Yeah,
that's pretty good. All right. This next clip is a pretty interesting clip. Cam Higbee, one of the Israel influencers, he was doing a thing where he was having like a table conversation. And look what happens when he's approached by one of these street rat types.
I got a bike for $10.
I don't have any cash. Trying to sell your bike?
Try to get on the train.
I don't have any cash, but if you have like PayPal or Venmo, I'll give it to you for free.
Can you just book a chicken burger?
Sure.
Where you trying to go?
Yeah, where are you trying to go?
New York.
What time do you want to leave? 2:35?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to bring your bike?
Yeah. I thought the price was like $9.
It's all right, man. I got you. You're good. Phone number? Let's put mine.
601.
Oh, so you have one?
No.
Okay, let's put mine.
Do I need the confirmation number?
That is so this is the confirmation number right here. They should be, so if you take this into the desk, they should be able, and you tell them your name, it's in your name, you tell them all that stuff, they should be able to print you off a ticket.
Alright.
Okay, man. Have a safe trip. You can take your bike with you. What's that?
I can take my bike too.
Yeah, you can take the bike. Yeah, you can take the bike. Have a good one, man. Be safe.
So this was presented like, oh, I'm a nice, non-racist MAGA guy helping a guy down on his luck. But in reality, this was a soft robbery.
Yeah, pretty much.
This guy had a stolen bike, dead eyes. He was about to do a crime on you, and he didn't even really say thank you at the end. You bought him a $112 train ticket.
The total was 132 or something.
$132 ticket.
If someone starts a conversation with, I got a bike for $10, the chances it's not stolen are 0.0001.
It's impossible to not be stolen.
Yeah.
And then you buy this guy a ticket, and then you put a violent George Floyd-style thief on public transportation.
Yeah, he's a known thief. You're putting him on public transportation. He's going to be seated behind a nice white girl. Who knows what he's got in his pockets?
Yeah.
Could be Irina Zarutska 2.0.
But he could be Goodwill Hunting, and then he gets to New York, and then he meets the banker, and he learns about interest, and then he's a genius.
And he becomes the West Village puncher. Because none of that shit's fucking possible.
Exactly. It's suicidal empathy.
Yeah, that was definitely a certain try to be a nice guy, and everyone on the right wing goes, "What the fuck are you doing, dude?" Yeah. Dead, lifeless eyes. That stupid, no thought behind his eyes. Bad.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
And it's you think it's good because you're helping this guy. Like, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
That guy's a criminal he was about to do something to you.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh shit, this guy's about to give me $100. And now he's on a public train next to some nice person. We have another example of suicidal empathy here. This guy's trying to get in.
Boom, kicks the door.
Kicking the door, then he knocks.
Then he knocks, and a woman goes, wow, what was that loud bang? He couldn't have been kicking the door, could he?
And then here comes Cam Higbee.
And he goes, please let me in. Bum rush.
Bum rush, knocks her over, steals her purse. Out of there.
Right. Oh, she puts up a fight.
Really rips it away. Cam Higbee will say, would you like to come in?
Sir, can I hold your purse for you and give you give you a train ticket somewhere?
Yeah, that's you didn't want them to think you're racist.
Yeah.
You're at the door and there's like a sketchy black guy outside and you're an old lady and the door's locked and I don't want anyone to think I'm racist. Why don't you just be racist and alive?
Didn't we cover another one a long time ago, or not a long time ago, but a woman in Baltimore let somebody in and he was like a total violent criminal and he raped and murdered her?
And then the old lady and her husband in New York that got lit on fire because the guy needed to charge his phone.
Yep. Guys, you can either buy someone the train ticket or you can stay alive.
Yeah. I don't really interact with those types, and then when I do, I'm like 6'1" and I'm kind of standing in a way where I could like kill you.
Yeah, and not everyone has that to lean on, so the best use is to ignore them.
Yeah.
Best use is to
stay
ignore them.
away.
Yeah.
All right, our last piece of Urban Decay, sad news.
Chicago rapper Glizzy the Tweaker was shot and killed by construction worker after he tried to rob him for his tool/truck. And here's a picture of Glizzy the Tweaker double flicking off the camera, I believe, or are they gang signs?
Probably gang signs, actually.
And so we see a lot of these things, rappers getting killed, beefs, blah, blah, blah. But I think the characterization of him as a rapper is a little weird because he was actively robbing a construction guy for tools, which is like not a high-end heist. So I think he was a robber who maybe did a song back in the day.
Yeah, I think he was a robber first because none of his songs have more than 1,000 streams.
Yeah, we checked out his Spotify, Glizzy the Tweaker right here, and his number one song, Kill 'Em All, 1, has less than 1,000. So it's very funny how they try to credit him as a rapper when they're just really criminal hood rats.
You don't know Glizzy the Tweaker?
Kill 'Em All, 1? Oh, this shit my anthem, song of the summer.
Don't play it too much.
Glizzy the Tweaker.
You'll take it over 1,000 streams. All right, don't get too down or too depressed. Moving on to Uplifting Gold, and we have uplifting stuff today.
Lesson from Urban Decay, just there's too many repeat offenders out there. Give these street rats some space. Every one of them is a visible street rat.
Yeah.
You know what the repeat offenders look like, the sucker punchers?
Yeah.
It's not, let me tighten up my shirt, my tie, and then boom, uppercut. It's all just street rat tweakers. So
yeah, street rats. You guys know what a street rat is.
Head on a swivel.
All right, Uplifting Gold. We have uplifting stuff. Our first clip is Butter Dispenser.
Масло не жирное, масло вкусное, молочное.
You know about this?
It's in a foreign language, so yeah, it kind of spreads it and lets it go.
But it spreads it in a nice design.
It's like a Play-Doh. It's like Play-Doh where you put it through the thing.
That's special.
I've seen people do that. Butter. They shave the butter with a. What do you call it? Like a sifter? Like where it has all the metal
and it gets
then it
strained.
Yeah, strainer.
That's a nice, I like the butter like this.
You know what I do? I leave my butter at room temperature. It's very spreadable.
It's very European.
Yeah, I don't refrigerate it. It's very spreadable. It's great.
That's what I do too.
All
right, next we have a funny bad English sign.
We can't not sell hamburger on this moment. It's Fix the girl. I am sorry. Is closed.
Oh, the light. I kicked the light over from laughing so hard.
Too stupid.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was.
Hamburger.
Nothing else to say there.
All right.
You heard the punchline, right?
That was just fun. I love shit like that.
Yeah.
But you can't love that and have migrants.
Certainly not.
So that's actually me being complicit with migrants. Because I'm like, well, they're kind of funny sometimes too.
Yeah.
So that's my bad, guys. All right, next, this guy has an alligator friend.
A hunting strategy alligators often use is what I like to call sweeping, where they will move their head with their mouth open like you just saw in a relatively slow way, and they're hoping to bump into something or to further feel movement, and if they do, then they swing out very fast. And I've seen them use this to hunt fish very often, and it allows them to move around and feel for the fish without really scaring them. So the whole idea is to move relatively slow, not spook the prey, and then once you get close enough and put it in kind of that false sense of security because you're moving so slow, get close enough, then you're within range to make a very fast snap and be able to grab your prey. But then why isn't he biting my finger right here? Because of where and how I'm touching him. Straight ahead, their integumentary sensory organs are a little bit less sensitive right at the front of the nose, and then underneath the jaw, they lack them. It's just along the jaw itself. So I'm playing with that kind of technique right there.
All right, I'm not a promoter of gambling, but we could bet on that.
Him getting bit?
Him going to the hospital from a gator.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not even that hard. It's like he's probably gonna.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad somebody's doing it almost. Like humans, right? You always see a guy in Russia wrestling with a bear. You see an American guy messing with the gator. He knows all the tricks. He knows how to spin them around. I'm glad someone's doing it, but I would never do it.
Yeah, something like that.
You know what I mean? Because humans kind of like flex on them. Like, stupid gator. I know where all your nerves are.
Yeah. And the gator's like,
yeah, I'm 200,000 years old.
Yeah.
Evolutionarily.
All right, next two clips, we have a big moose. This is just impressive, guys. Look at that thing.
Moose comes out onto the road.
You eat a moose?
Oh, yeah.
People eat moose?
Yeah, for sure.
I never really heard of it. I've heard of eating deer. I've heard of eating elk.
People in Alaska, moose aren't around. You know, moose are in Maine, Alaska, only a couple rare spots. Northern Michigan, maybe.
I used to saw a moose when I was a baby.
Yeah. Yeah, you used to saw a moose. You're like the hamburger sign. Hamburger. Used to saw a moose when I was a baby.
All right, next is Oli in Florida. This is a good clip.
My kids are outside playing baseball, and they said they saw a little grass snake in the backyard. That's not a grass snake.
It's a big python.
Python, wow.
That's scary.
Yeah, that is.
It's a little bit scary.
That is.
Looking up moose?
Yeah, I want to look up where the moose are in lower 48.
Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont.
Maine and the Rocky Mountain states. Okay. New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, New York, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, Nevada.
Yeah, they're everywhere except for Florida.
Everywhere. But I mean, how many moose can be in one of those states,
Yeah, I used to saw
I think they're low population.
All right, our Pure Americana clip of the week is actually a story. It's an uplifting story. Make sure you guys follow this person on Twitter. His info is above. Can you read what he's up to?
Yeah, this guy, Rodney Smith Jr. says, "Dear White House, I know this is a kind shot."
Kind of a long shot.
Yeah, he fucked that up. But my name is Rodney Smith Jr. I live in Huntsville, Alabama. I'm currently traveling to all 50 states mowing lawns for veterans, active duty service members, Gold Star families, and widows. I'm also sharing their stories. This is my way of honoring them. As a founder of a nonprofit with 6,000 plus kids mowing free lawns for the elderly, disabled, single parents, and veterans nationwide, I'd be honored to bring my USA flag mower to mow at the Arlington National Cemetery where veterans rest. I'm currently in the New England area, heading down the East Coast before Florida, then Alaska. Thank you for consideration, Rodney.
Very cool. And then after he posted that, Cracker Barrel replied and said, "Hey, Rodney, we love what you're doing. You could always eat for free at Cracker Barrel." Not so fast, Cracker Barrel.
That's a good step. That's an easy step.
Yeah, it's an easy one, but we can't forget, because Steak and Shake said the same thing. You can eat for free with us and we like Steak and Shake.
Okay.
So don't let Cracker Barrel back in so fast. That's the end of the episode, guys.
Did
Hope
they get
you
rid of
enjoyed
that bitch? That woman?
Not yet.
Or did she just slink away and say...
She slinked away, and this is my next idea.
Okay. Yeah.
Nothing good.
Her next idea, drag brunch.
Pretty good. Episode's over. It's Friday. There's a new bonus land tomorrow at 11 a.m. If you guys are interested in that, have a nice weekend. Thank you for watching all the way through. Enjoy the song at the end, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
See ya.
Get out the fucking elevator!
Where's my phone so I can call my lawyer?